Alright, greetings and salutations. It's your boy D.Boom. We back, new weeks, new energies with the fourth installment of Divine Messages this week. I got 4 more Divine readings to do after this, which is basically the extended breakdown of Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine, Twin Flames and Separation, which I just did. Check that out if you haven't. And this one, which is Twin Flames and Union, Reunion, and Recognition. I will be doing astrology this week. Stay in tune for that. I'll be dropping them the 4 readings, which I'll be doing like each element. So like fire, water, earth, and air. It's 3 signs to each element, so I'll be doing each sign of each element. So it'll be 4 videos on top of these 4 videos on top of the 4 extended breakdowns that I got ready for you this week. So just stay in tune. A lot of information. If you ain't checked out Divine Masculine Situation, check that out. If you ain't checked Divine Feminine Situation, check that out. If you ain't checked out Twin Flames and Separation, it's pretty lengthy, but check that out. I'm gonna try to make this brisk, okay? Head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant. While I get the spread out. Head, that's swords, thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. That's the direction you're going. That's the decision you're making, because everything starts from the mind. Then we got cups. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you're going mentally. Heart and mind must be aligned with everything that you do. Who rules the heart and mind department? The Divine Feminine. Then we got wands, clubs, and pentacles. Wands are actions and behavior, things you're doing, things you've done. Not what you finna do because you ain't did it yet. What you done got karma and accountability attached to it. What you doing got karma and accountability attached to it. What you finna do does not. Wands are all about the now, are all about the current, are all about the ing, the ing. You know what I'm saying? The present. We living, learning, and earning every day. LLE. Who rules the Wands and Pentacles department? The Divine Masculine do. The Divine Masculine is represented by the King of Wands. The Divine Feminine is represented by the Queen of Wands. So masculine would be more facilitated with Neo from the Matrix. Feminine would be more so facilitated with Trinity from the Matrix. Morpheus would be more like God or the Oracle. Pentacles. Pentacles represents persons, places, and things. These things you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear. All pentacles expire. All pentacles have expiration dates, and all pentacles are temporary. Not just pentacles, but pinnacle. Your place, your space and time, your era, your term. Whether that's your highest or your lowest of lows, it comes and goes. Just like presidents and shit, and aldermans and PTA presidents. So, with no further ado, let's dive into it. So, Twin Flames in Union, Reunion and Recognition. This is you and your divine counterpart being in cahoots. You know, you guys wasn't talking. It was like a long separation from you two chatting. This is you two chatting again. You ain't seen your Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine in a long time due to physical separation, due to situations and scenarios. This is you finally being in the same place, in the same space. You know what I'm saying? Union equals harmony. It's you two either being on the same page, you know what I'm saying, on one accord, harmonizing, you know, you two becoming one. You know, union could represent the you two making love, you know what I'm saying, for the first time, or you two finally bumping uglies and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying, however you harmonize, however you two come in union. This is physical union, communicative union, or just emotional union. You two building plans, you two making plans, you know what I'm saying? It's just you two being in cahoots, you two being in harmony, you two being one. Okay? Let's get with it. Overall energy, fairly important. This deals with both masculine and feminine. We got the 6 of Pentacles. Now, the 6 of Pentacles represents homeostasis. You know what I mean? That's just okay energy. Not good, but okay energy. You know, homeostasis is basically 6 out of 10. It's a D. I mean, it ain't passing. That's a C. That's 7 of Pentacles. You know, it's just okay energy, basic energy. You know, mediocre shit. You know, 5 of Pentacles would be an F. It ain't an F, you got a D. You got a D, it ain't failing, but at the same time, it ain't passing either. You know what I mean? Mundane energy. average energy. Okay? How this relates to the divine feminine. I ain't enough. You need to be superb. You need to be stupendous. You need to be friendigerous. You know what I'm saying? Like, you, basic ass okay energy just ain't gonna fly at all. Whether that's somebody giving you okay energy or you giving out okay energy. You are far from basic. You're above average. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody better than nobody. We are all the same. You know what I'm saying? This is energy we talk about, right? So yeah, basic shit. Basic bitch energy. You know what I mean? We ain't taking D's. We ain't accepting D's. If your kid came to you with straight D's, that shit is unacceptable. If your kid came to you with straight C's in a D, that shit is unacceptable. Your kid came to you with straight B's, which is good, in a D, that shit is unacceptable. You know, it's just not gonna fly. Basic ass energy is not gonna fly. It's enough to get by, but it ain't enough to get high. You know what I'm saying? So, how it relates to you, divine feminine, you are not basic. So don't go around giving out basic ass energy. You going hard, somebody's going mediocre. Don't accept that shit. It's reciprocation time. And if a person can't reciprocate goodness, you giving out good shit. B shit. At least passing C shit. And motherfuckers just coming at you with D shit. That shit is unacceptable. It's just not going to fly. You know? This is also the energy of... It's just the step after the dark night of the soul, which is the Five of Pentacles. We got that out here, actually. That's in the masculine's energy. We'll get to that in a second. Five of Pentacles would be you break your arm. Six of Pentacles would be you got a cast on. You ain't gonna get to 100% A plus. You know, you just got a cast on. You just put your cast on. So you can't do the same activities you was doing prior to snapping your wrist, prior to breaking your leg, prior to surgery. You know, you gotta know when to give it. You can't give 100% energy at 60%. You can only give 60% energy at 60%, if you get my drift. How it relates to the twin flame union is, like I say, you got to go hard or go home. Point blank, period. And how this relates to the divine masculine, divine feminine, we got the Queen of Wands clarifying the Six of Pentacles. So when it comes to this homeostasis energy, divine masculine, you got the divine feminine. Same shit. Divine feminine is the Queen of Wands. This is your divine counterpart, divine masculine. Does your divine feminine give you 60% of anything? No, she goes hard. So you need to go hard with her. When you need a favor, does your divine feminine give you 60% or 100%? When you in need, period. You just need your divine feminine's assistance. Whether that's some help with something, whether that's some assistance with something, your feminine gonna go hard. She gonna go all the way. When you need her opinion, you know, he could be a she could be a he, you know how we rocking. When you need your, like I said, think about all the favors you asked your divine feminine. Think about all the times you needed your divine feminine to be there. Your feminine showed up and showed out. She didn't meet you on her time, did you? She met you on her time. I mean, on your time. I need you right now. She dropping everything coming your way. Or at least you used to have it like that. At some point, you said go, your divine feminine went. You said jump, your divine feminine said how high. When it comes to riding for you, your divine feminine goes above and beyond, doesn't she? She ain't never gave you 60% energy. Alright, so don't give her that. When she needs you, be there. And give 100%, not 60%. Fuck that meeting halfway shit. Feminine goes above and beyond. You're going to have to do that shit too. You know? Because giving the energy your divine feminine in, Queen of Wands, she ain't accepting no 60% anyway. You want to half-ass, she going to half-ass with you. You want to do 50-50, she going to give you exactly what you asked for. You going to miss that 100% energy. You going to miss that drop everything out of hat and come to your aid and assistance when you had it with your divine feminine. But when that shit ain't there no more, you going to be getting 60% because that's what you was given. But you getting 60% from everybody else. Think of how your divine feminine treats you. And think how everybody else treats you. Think about how you was before you met your divine feminine. Think of your whole life. How was your life before you met your divine feminine? What was your net worth before you met your divine feminine? What did your home look like You know what I mean? Look at the car you was driving. Look at the clothes you was wearing. Look how you presented yourself. Look how you looked at yourself prior to the introduction of your divine counterpart. Since your feminine been in your life, your shit has changed. You've became 60% better, 60% more efficient. The divine feminine brought a lot to your life, but you be bringing little. And that shit is just not going to fly anymore. That's just fairly important, homie. Bottom line, we have you. The King of Wands, the Divine Masculine. Divine Feminine, how this relates to you, because this deals with both masculine and feminine. How this relates to the Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine, you need to know who your Divine Masculine is. He's the king of actions and behavior. You need to know your masculine's actions and behavior. You need to know how your masculine moves. You need to know who he is. During recognition period, this is like the first 2 years you meet your divine counterpart, you meet your twin flame. During them first 2 years, I call it the honeymoon phase. I call it, you know what I'm saying, the happy phase. During that time, you want to get to know your masculine as much as possible. And the first 2 years I met my divine masculine, like I said, he was more ready. You know what I mean? Like, he came out swinging. When it came to introducing himself and showing me to his, like, well, I didn't get to meet the family and shit till late in the game, like probably after recognition period. But during the time we first met, my masculine told me everything about himself. She told me where he come from, you know, what his hopes and dreams was, like what he wants out of life. You know what I'm saying? Like everything he doesn't tell another soul. This shit I know about my divine masculine, a soul won't know. A soul will never know. Another person will never know what I know about my divine masculine, and vice versa. My masculine can confide in me. He can trust me. You know what I'm saying? Not just being his secret keeper, because that's really what your divine feminine is with you. It's like that song Diary by Alicia Keys. Like, that's who the fuck you become. You know what I mean? My masculine confides in me. He can trust me. He knows I won't judge him. He knows I won't throw shit in his face. He knows that his past, you know, whether he ashamed of it or not, that don't mean nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? In my eyes, in my mind, my divine masculine is a superhero. He a super nigga. He ain't a regular nigga. He a super nigga to me. I will always look at him in a highlight. And that shit never changed, no matter what comes to the forefront, because you know all darkness comes to the light, no matter what he tells me. That's just how it always is. Feminine is always going to respect you. However, when it comes to you, divine masculine, it's different. But going back to you, feminine, most problems that I see with my female clients, because 95% of my clientele and audience is women, y'all think y'all know y'all masculines, but y'all have no idea. It's like you ain't even got in a space to build with your masculine enough for him to actually reveal who he really is. Because once again, if you knew who your masculine was through and through, a lot of his actions and behavior make sense. You should know where your masculine comes from. You should know what your masculine wants and needs is. Who his favorite person is. Where he would be his favorite place right now. Favorite color, favorite food. Shit that he's into. Things of that sort. You know? People always want to equate twin flame shit to like sex and bliss and relationships and shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? No. It's really getting to know a person. Deep. Getting a real deep, intense connection with another human being. That's really what the shit is about. You either gonna catch it or you don't. Masculines reveal who they really are. They show you through their actions and behavior who they really are. Hopefully, feminine, you've been picking that shit up. Some feminines get so caught up in the wanderlust of this shit, so Disney with the state of mind with this, you know, that they be forgetting what the masculine wants and needs. You know what you want out this twin flame situation. You know what can happen that'll make you feel like this shit is perfect, but I mean, it's two people. It ain't just about what you want. It's what your mind masculine wants. And what God wants from this shit. So it's really a trinity here. Your twin flame situation is going to be the result of what you wanted, what your masculine wanted, and what God needs from both of you. It ain't all about what you want, divine feminine and divine masculine. It ain't all about you either, player. Now, when it comes to divine masculine, bottom line, when it comes to yourself, you got the King of Cups energy. King of Cups energy is the tough guy card. It's the energy of a 1950s, 1960s dad. You know, tough guy. You know, Dan Laria from The Wonder Years, Jack Arnold. You know what I'm saying? All in the Family. This is the what's the white guy from All in the Family? He played on The Heat of the Night. Archie Bunker. It's like Archie Bunker in All in the Family. It's like Dr. Phil from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. It's like Carl Winslow from Family Matters. We ain't talking about Danny Tanner from Full House. We ain't talking about Charlie Sheen from 2.5 Men. And we definitely ain't talking about Miss Doubtfire. Feel me? Fred Flintstone energy. George Jetson energy. George Jefferson energy. You dig what I'm saying? Tough guy. You know what I'm saying? That's the energy your divine masculine exudes. Going back to divine feminine. And masculine, I told you, has to be tough on you. Because divine feminine, you need tough love. The world going to be tough on you. And the person that's going to really teach that lesson to you is going to be your divine masculine. And you can't take it the wrong way. No? 1950s, 1960s dad. It's like your daughter is a fucking hippie. Like The Wonder Years, one of my favorite TV shows on the planet. The white Wonder Years, not the black one. I tried to get down with the black Wonder Years. It just didn't make sense to me. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Lee Daniels for remaking that shit, because that is one of my favorite shows. But I just couldn't dig with the new Wonder Years. I like the original better. You know? But it's like Jack Arnold. You know? He's a Korean war vet. Daughter is a motherfucking hippie. Her dad is old school. You know? She wants to talk about the military industrial complex, prison industrial complex, how everything is a system, conspiracy theories, government secrets and shit like that. It's like, dad don't want to hear about that shit. Dad is a provider. This nigga goes to work, provides for his family, pays taxes, fight traffic, comes home just to get a little bit of time to himself. He loves his family. He shows that by being there. He loves his family. He shows that by paying for their schools, their medical bills, paying for their teeth and shit. Masculines show they care and they love you through their actions and behavior. They're not going to be as emotional as you are, divine feminine. They ain't finna be all in they feels, divine feminine. Picture a hippie daughter trying to have a real conversation with her military dad. He's going to be like, baby, I hear you, but I don't hear you. I just been at work all day. I just want to come back and watch this Yankees game. I just want to come back and watch the, you know what I'm saying? Like, watch a baseball game, watch a hockey game. Like, I understand. I understand. Trust me, I understand. But it's like, now is not the time. Okay? I only get a little bit of time to myself, baby. Can I get that? I mean, are you hurt? You need some money? You need anything? No? Okay, well, baby. Take your ass up in there. Let me chill up in here. I'm gonna have a drink and watch the game. Please and thank you. And then she goes to her mom, oh, dad doesn't care, you know, he doesn't understand me, and it ain't nothing about that shit. It's just straight king energy. King energy. He's the tough guy. Go to your mom for all that emotional support shit. Come to me when you need some stability. You know what I'm saying? Or you need me to pay for something, or you need me to hold some shit down. Somebody fucking with you, I can go put a foot in their ass. Moms do mom shit, dads do dad shit. Your divine masculine does dad shit. Okay, he's Archie Bunker. Okay, not Danny Tanner. You understand what I'm saying? He is motherfucking Uncle Phil. He is not Miss Doubtfire. You dig what I'm saying? It's a whole different energy. And if you can't understand that, then you really don't understand your pops. It ain't like he don't understand you. Obviously, you don't understand him. And what he has to go through every day just to be the man of the house, just to be the provider. You know? Shit like that. Divine feminine. Y'all be so emotional with shit that you kind of miss the big picture on things. Master's not going to spell it out for you. He's not as vocal as you are. He's not going to vent as much as you are. Even if he wants to, he's not. He's the masculine energy. See, I'm a divine feminine. I mean, you can tell I'm very vocal, very emotional. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have a lot of feminine energy. You know what I'm saying? It comes from being raised by a single mother and just being a different type of Negro. You know, you do have divine feminine males, and you do got divine masculine women. My mother's a divine masculine. I got a twin sister. Her name's Danielle. I'm Daniel, twin. She's a divine masculine. Now, my mother and my sister are very feminine-looking women. But inside, they man-eaters. You know what I'm saying? Very alpha. Okay? Not saying I'm a beta, but if you look at girl-boy twins, the girl twin is the motherfucking alpha. The male twin is the beta. But not beta like bitch. Ain't no bitch in me. But if you seen The Walking Dead, look at Alpha in The Walking Dead. Bald head chick, you know, chick that played the precog on Minority Report. Shorty. She's Alpha, ain't she? Okay. How did Beta look? Beta was the biggest, scariest, masculine motherfucker on the show. But he bowed down to the Alpha. That's how I am. That's how male divine feminines are. You know what I'm saying? Like, we betas, but like beta in motherfucking Walking Dead. Just want to throw that out there. You would know this if you've been around other, like, different types. You know what I'm saying? Moving on to the message. I'm ranting a little bit. Coming into the situation. Divine feminine. Energy you coming into or leaving, you got the Fool card. And what's the Fool card? It's being in a whole new world like Aladdin. You know, a whole new world. Like, when you watch Aladdin, like, when that part comes on, just watch that shit. You know, it's about wanderlust. It's about mystery. It's about adventure and shit. You learning something new. You know, having a new experience. You know what I'm saying? And learning from it. But really like the wanderlust of it. Fool card also represents being foolish. Pity a fool. Just you doing some foolish, stupid shit. You know? You moving in a way to where if you knew better, you do better. But you don't, so you foolish. Or, this Fool card represents just being unaware. You just didn't know. Thought your divine masculine was just a cold-blooded, heartless motherfucker. That's because you didn't know who he was. Now you understand who he is, and his actions and behavior makes sense. He could be a she could be he, I'll be rocking over here. More smoke on this Fool card. We got the Three of Swords. Now, Three of Swords represents pain or going past the point of no return. Pain, mental pain, physical pain, or going past the point of no return. How it deals with your divine masculine, divine feminine, coming into the situation. You have no idea the pain your divine masculine goes through. That's the thing about divine masculines. Divines in general go through traumatic shit. Okay? I went through a lot of traumatic shit. As of the average divine feminine, and went through some traumatic shit. But what feminists don't understand is if you want to compete on who went through the worst shit, masculine's gonna always win. Masculines went through some traumatic shit. That's the reason why you in their life in the fucking first place. You're either here to heal them. They've been hurt. So hurt that they don't trust the soul. Masculine's been hurt so much when real love comes, they don't know if it's real or not. Masculine's got the energy of, like I say, a fucking puppy at the pound that been beat on, abandoned, and fed scraps his whole life. You know? Finally get adopted. Finally get to a happy home. It's like, hey, doggy, you know, you go to pet the dog don't even know, can't even know what love is. He ain't never felt love. So getting love from you, it's hard for him to take to at first. Eventually, the dog is going to take the love, receive the love, and be a spoiled ass motherfucking brat. But when you first bring him home, it's going to be a hard transition from a hard knock life to the life that he always wanted. It takes time for the masculine to adjust to his emotions and his feelings and shit of that sort. Because he's a tough guy. You know what I'm saying? He's Jack Arnold. But you just have no idea the pain that your masculine went through. My masculine told me his story when I first met him. So, you know, and then I see from his actions and behavior exactly how bad that trauma was. You know what I'm saying? But my masculine, he kind of opened up pretty quick. Like I say, my twin flame situation is different from your situation. Maybe it might take a little longer for your masculine to open up. But if you know who your divine masculine is, how he moves will make perfect sense. Okay? You need to know exactly what your divine masculine went through and what he's going through. You know? So you don't trigger old wounds. So you don't step on any toes. So you don't offend him or disrespect him. Not saying, I mean, he should be doing that shit for you, but like I said, it's chess, not checkers. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of unfair that you have to kind of do more and be more mindful and kind of more cognitive with how you deal with your masculine as far as how he dealing with you, but that's just the rules of the game. You know, how does a feminine move? How does a queen move in the chessboard? Okay, how does a king move in the chessboard? All right, cool. Divine feminine, you just all across, you just do more than he can. You have to do more. That's part of the game. You move more than he does. You do more than he does. You take a queen off the chessboard, game still goes on, doesn't it? Take a king off the board, game over. Checkmate. Masculine, energy you coming into. We got the Two of Wands, and this is your role. Divine Feminine's role is the Three of Wands. That's evolution. That's getting you two from point A to point Z. Divine Masculine, your role is the Two of Wands. Two of Wands represents survival. It represents support. You know, holding shit down like balloon strings. You move, you get the Divine Feminine from point A to point B, from point B to point C, from point C to point D, from point D, so on and so forth. Two of Wands, that's about support. To you, it's all about survival. You know, hey, the world ain't gonna be sweet. I ain't finna be sweet with you. Hey, you need to get out your feelings and shit. You know what I'm saying? It ain't about all that emotional shit. You know, you're gonna have to be tough. You're gonna have to be strong. Okay, that's cool. You teaching your Divine Feminine how to survive. But it ain't all about survival. It's about evolution, buddy. Shit your Divine Feminine teaches you. And then we got support. You gotta hold your Divine Feminine down at 100%. The way she holds you down. You understand what I'm saying? Two of Wands. How do kings move on the chessboard? They just move one space. You know what I'm saying? And they more defensive. How Divine Feminines move all across the fucking board. All over the motherfucking place. You know what I'm saying? Two of Wands also represents work. Hard work. And that's what's on your plate, Divine Masculine. You're going to have to work hard. To not only get to know your Divine Feminine, but to support your Divine Feminine. You know who your feminine is because she vents. She's emotional. She tells you exactly who she is, what it is, what it ain't, and what the fuck it's going to be. You have to work on being more understanding. You have to work on being more acceptive, being more non-dismissive. You understand what I'm saying? You can't just be a hump on a log, man. You're going to have to get involved. All right? You're going to have to do more. I mean, you're doing good. It's like, hey, I'm here. Shit, okay, you here, but motherfucker, you're going to have to get involved. Get active. Alright? You can't just be a seat warmer here. As far as the feminine is concerned, Divine Feminine, you in regards to yourself, we got the Six of Swords. Six of Swords represents things moving effortless and frequent. This is like zippers on a jacket. This is like an elevator. This is like an escalator. The walking thing, you know what I'm saying, at the airport, that's going to save you a couple seconds to get to your flight and shit. You know? You going downhill, you don't have to pedal your bike. You going downstream, you don't have to paddle your boat right now. It's a temporary relief. Okay? This is a time where you can kind of stop, revel in a moment, but also get ready and know that it's time to get back to work. This twin flame shit can be very draining. So it pays to kind of cool off. It's just the energy of Divine Feminine when it comes to yourself in this. You see that new sun, that's a new sun in the sky. Like, that motherfucker ain't the same sun. That sun switched out, I think, at like 220. I'll never remember it being as hot as it is. I'm from Chicago, son. Like, Illinois. I mean, the sun in Illinois ain't never been this hot. I ain't never felt this heat. You know, it's just the humidity. Fuck that. This is a new sun up there, nigga, and that motherfucker is beaming. Really beaming. Anyway. It's like being outside. You doing your lawn and shit. It's hot as fuck. And it's like a big ass cloud is in the sky and it goes over the sun. You know what I mean? You get a little shade. And it's like soon that motherfucker hit over the sun and it's like a breeze come. And it's like the motherfucking lawn sprinklers come on. So you get hit with the sprinklers and you got a breeze and you got the cloud. But eventually that motherfucking cloud is going to dissipate and that motherfucking sun going to come back out. So while you can chill, take a breather. Take in this breeze. Like I say, going back to the whole new world, Aladdin shit. You know what I mean? Enjoy this moment. Enjoy these adventures. Enjoy the time that you have in your twin flame shit. Because like I say, we human beings at the end of the day, eventually one of us is going to die. One of us ain't going to be around. So you two alive, enjoy that shit. I got clients whose divine counterparts died. I got divine feminine clients whose divine masculine have passed away. And when your masculine pass away, he goes from the 1950s, 1960s dad to ghost dad. You seen Ghost Dad with Bill Cosby and shit. You know what I'm saying? It's like Ghost. You know? Demi Moore and Patrick Swayze. Patrick Swayze died, but it's like, as you see, he's still around. Obviously, he's still around. You know what I'm saying? Because he used the motherfucking Whoopi Goldberg to holler at Demi and shit. Like, it's different regulations and shit when one of them died. But like I said, you're always together. Okay, but getting back to the point, enjoy the time that you have with your divine counterpart, cause ain't nobody promised tomorrow. Not you, not your twin, not nobody. Worst thing you could do is be in the twin flame demo and, like I said, not try, not appreciate the time that you have. It shouldn't take one of you to die for you to appreciate the situation, but given the fact that we ain't gonna be here forever, you want to create memories with this shit so it ain't bitter, so it doesn't suck. And it's best to do it in the beginning so you don't burn yourself out with all the bullshit that's gonna come with it. Because in my personal opinion, the first 2 years is the best. Post that, it's just, especially when the truth bomb come out, when the twin flame bomb drops and hits and shit gets a little different. So appreciate the time, divine feminine, that you have. It's all mental. This whole situation in general, all you're gonna be left with is memories. You know, hopefully they're good ones. That's why it's all about the small things. Every twin flame has a story. Make sure the way you met your twin is a beautiful one. Make sure the way you two harmonize for the first time is a beautiful story. And even when your twin flame leave or you leave, make sure it's a beautiful story. Enjoy your time. Because this shit, like, it seems like it's taking a long ass time. In reality, it's going fast as a bitch. But what's time to a divine? Masculine, you in regards to the feminine. You got the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is my psychic card. You know? All divines are psychics or have some type of psychic ability. We're all X-Men. It's my X-Men card also. Me, I'm like Gambit. You know? I'm nice without cards, but with these motherfuckers, I'm deadly as hell. You know what I'm saying? I keep that pole on me at all times, and I'm slicker than fist grease. You know what I'm saying? I'm more like Gambit. If I could say what my powers are like. You know what I'm saying? Gambit is a psychic, by the way, isn't he? Okay, cool. My divine counterpart, my divine masculine, he's more like Wolverine. My masculine has, like, healing abilities off the charts. This motherfucker ages with grace. Motherfucker 30 years my senior, but he doesn't look his age at all. Like, he looks younger. In reality, you know what I'm saying? And he's just tough as nails, man. Motherfucker should have been dead 10 years ago. Should have been dead 20 years ago. Should have been dead around the time I was born. He's a tough mutter. You know what I mean? He survived throughout the eras and the ages. This motherfucker been around since the 50s. You dig what I'm saying? Like, survived so many eras, man, that a lot of people died from, he survived from, man. He's a survivor. You know what I mean? That's who he is. My divine masculine is motherfucking Wolverine. I'm Gambit. Some of your divine masculines are Cyclopses, night crawlers. You know what I mean? Some of you divine feminines are Jean Greys. Some of y'all Storm. Some of y'all rogues. We all got powers, man. You got to identify your power and unlock it and use it. Because when you unlock your power, it upgrades every 3 years, just in case you didn't know. I don't just do cards. I'm a psychic medium. That came later in the game. That was one of my upgrades. I get downloads and shit. Instant downloads. That's one of my upgrades. You upgrade every 3 years once you find out what your power is. So make sure you find that. Divine Feminine, it's part of your job to let your masculine know what his powers and abilities is. And help him unlock that shit. He could be a she could be a he. You know how we rocking. Divine Masculine, you a motherfucking X-Men. And what is an X-Men? There's two types of X-Men. You got Professor Xavier X-Men and you got Magneto X-Men. Professor Xavier, School of the Gifted. That's basically being able to find your abilities and your power and being in an environment around other mutants, other X-Men, other divines. And like I said, learning how to use your power in a safe environment without hurting yourself and others. That's usually the divine feminine. Divine masculine usually go to the school of hard knocks. They usually in Magneto's crew. And Magneto's is, hey, you have power, identify who you are, know that you special and you ain't like these regulars, and learn how to use your power. If you end up hurting people, twin flame included, in the process of learning what your power is, then so be it. Just get control of your power once you find it. No matter if you a Magneto or a Professor X, in the end, they're all good people. And they're all special people with abilities. You know? I told you, masculine wants to blend in. Going back to the Matrix rant, you know, where do you find Neo in most of the Matrix movies? He's in the fucking Matrix. Why do Neo love the Matrix so much? Because he can blend the fuck in. Agents don't know where Neo is in the Matrix. He shows up as a different code. Where is he? He's in the fucking Matrix. He's usually jacked in the motherfucking Matrix. Flying around in the fucking sky. You know what I'm saying? Kicking 200, 300 agents' asses. Or just somewhere chilling in the motherfucking Matrix. Where's Trinity most of the time? Divine Feminine. Trinity most of the time in the Matrix. She's usually in Zion. That's the real world. The 4/5 dimension. The Matrix, this Earth, is just a temporary space and time where all things expire. It's a motherfucking holographic transcript. You dig? Soon Trinity jacks in the Matrix. It's like agents on her ass soon she jack in. From the time Trinity gets in the Matrix to the time Trinity leaves the Matrix, she running like a motherfucking underground slave. Feel me? She can't chill in the Matrix. There is no downtime in the motherfucking Matrix. That's why she spends most of her time where she can find peace, which is the real motherfucking world. Masculine, you don't spend too much time in the real world. You don't spend too much time in Zion, because once again, when Neo goes to Zion, he's in the real world. He treated like Jesus up there. It's too much attention. Shit that the masculine don't like. He likes being in a place where he can camouflage. Really to escape his accountabilities and shit. But that's a whole nother story. Masculine. With great power comes great responsibility, man. You're going to have to step into your power and be accountable for the power that you possess. Stop running from your power. Stop running from the real world. Stop running from Trinity. Okay? Because she fucking needs you. These people don't just need you. The world don't just need you. Your divine counterpart needs you. Make sure you there. Okay? Wrapping this up. Feminine. We're going to get on speed run now. Feminine. You in regards to the divine masculine, you got the Nine of Wands. This is the wounded warrior. Or a toll. Wounded warrior. This is basically, like I say, the toll of all the work that comes from being divine. It's a curse being a divine. You know what I mean? Because it's like you putting in all this work into yourself. You put in all this work into your divine masculine. It's like at the end of the day, you don't know if this shit gonna work out in your favor or not. You know that it's your divine job to do it. But whether it works in your favor or not, it really ain't even up to you. You obviously know from the get-go that it's up to the Most High. You know you got a job to do and you doing that shit. You wish that all this work can pay the fuck off and that it works in your favor. But I mean, it ain't really about what you want. You figured that out a long time ago. It's what you want, what your masculine wants, and what God needs from you too. You know? It's a Trinity. Trinity. It's a Trinity. It's a toll. From giving 100% every time and your masculine giving out 60%. Half-assing through this shit. You doing majority of the work. You both are doing equal work, but like I said, until you two realize that, it's always going to seem indifferent. It's a lot. You know what I'm saying? Rule number 1 to this twin flame shit. It's optional. You can choose to fuck with this shit or not. Feminine, you all in. Masculine, recognize that this shit is optional, and that's why he takes breaks. Breaks you should take 2 divine feminine, but like I said, it's the curse of the divine feminine. You just choose to go all in with it. Learn to slow the fuck down. Take a note from your divine masculine. Sometimes you need to take a break. Sometimes you need to separate from the motherfucking masculine, so you don't feel this toll the way you feeling right now. Rule number 2, this twin flame shit is built for you to be the best person you can be. Point blank, period. Find your powers. Find your gifts. Evolve yourself into a whole new motherfucking creature. You being with your divine masculine is just the icing on the cake. But you need a cake. 80% is the cake. 20% is the icing. Having your masculine in your life. Having a sexual relations with your divine masculine. Being intimate and sexually involved with your divine masculine. Romantically involved with your divine. Man, that shit icing on the cake. 80% of this shit is you evolving yourself. You can't have a motherfucking can of icing walking around looking for a cake. It don't work that way. You bake the cake first, and then you go looking for motherfucking icing. What's the point of you having icing without a cake? It don't make no sense. Get my drift? So half the toll that you have, divine feminine, is the pressure and the weight that you put on yourself. Learn from your divine masculine. Learn to take breaks. Learn not to take this shit so seriously. You know what I'm saying? Learn to have fun. Because that's still the Divine Masculine's approach to this shit. Take notes. Divine Masculine, you in regards to yourself, buddy, you gonna have the dark night of the soul. And that's the Five of Pentacles. Dark night of the soul is basically going without something. It's a loss. It's an F. It's a 50%. It's an L, basically. But we don't take losses. We take lessons, don't we? It's a lesson you gonna learn. Clarifying this lesson is the Ten of Swords. Shit. Ten of Swords represents death or a permanent ending. Now I gotta make it known. Every time I pull the death card, I gotta say this rant. Death is prevalent. People die every day. Ain't nobody guaranteed another day on this planet. So every time you wake up, it's a gift from God. I mean, that's why God calls it the present. The now, the ing. It's the present from God. So you got to appreciate waking up. If anybody appreciates waking up this morning, it's the Divine Masculine. I'm telling you. Because they didn't think they was going to make it this long, man. I told you, the trauma and the pain and the suffering that they go through every day is a blessing. You know what I mean? Once again, notes you need to take from your Divine Masculine, Divine Feminine. But at any rate, this looks like loss. It looks like death of a person. Ten of Swords could be. Ten of Swords could also be, like I say, you lose your job. That's outside your hands. You get terminated or laid off or some shit. You total your car. That shit is out of your hands. You know what I'm saying? Like, your car is dead. You're going to have to find a new one and figure out what to do with the payment system of getting a new car and not having an old one anymore. Ten of Swords is losing your house. You know? It could be, like I say, losing the settlement, losing benefits. Some benefits you don't have no more. You know, it's something that's going bye-bye. And it's going to hit hard because whatever this thing that's not going to be there is either A, a big part of you, or B, a big part of your mix. One thing that the feminine has over the masculine is the ability to adapt and change. Masculines become very dependent on their pentacles to where when they pentacles start going missing or not there anymore, they get to kind of panicking. Masculines are more physical based. Feminines are more spiritual, ethereal. It ain't about things you can taste, touch, see, feel, and hear and shit. Status and shit. You know? Earthly things. It's all about spirituality, enlightenment, awareness, evolution. Like, that's what gets the motherfucking feminines jollies off. You know? And you gotta lose things, masculine, to really appreciate what you had. And that's what's happening. So I don't want to speak negative in your life and shit, but at the end of the day, something is going bye-bye. And if you don't know how to deal without this shit, you gonna be the one with a toll and the pressure all on you. Not the Divine Feminine. And this toll and pressure you going through Divine Feminine ain't really got shit to do with pentacles. It's everything is spiritual with you. But everything is physical with the masculine. But he's gonna go through some shit that's kind of gonna make him flip the script to make shit a little bit more spiritual than physical for him. Future final row, wrapping this shit up. Feminine, going to the future, you got the Eight of Cups. And this is Enterprise. You know, it's also my Pay the Bill card, so we're just going to give it like this. Short and sweet. Eight of Cups is my Pay the Bill card. It's a two-part card. First part of this card is keeping your integrity up at all times, being a person you can trust, a person people can trust, a dependable person, you know, a person people can leave kids around and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Keep your integrity up at all times. Stay divine at all times. That means you ain't on no karmic shit. You ain't out here doing karmic bullshit, you know, or being facilitated with nonsense that deals with karma. You know what I'm saying? And the second part of it is enterprising. Pay the bill. Compare her to any diva in the game. You will see the motherfucking difference. Compare Patti LaBelle to Faith Evans. Compare Patti LaBelle to Whitney Houston. Patti LaBelle to Phyllis Hyman. Patti LaBelle to Janet Jackson. Patti LaBelle to Beyonce. Patti LaBelle to Gladys Knight. Aretha Franklin. I mean, it's a big difference. You see a difference. And when you look at Patti LaBelle, what you see is God favor all on her. Patti LaBelle can, this Sunday, right? She could be at church today. You know what I'm saying? Bringing the house down, singing God's praise and shit. But she can also be at Drink Champs on Monday. You know what I'm saying? Debuting her YouTube channel. She was on Drink Champs, actually. That's one of my favorite shows. Shout out to Nori. You know what I'm saying? She ain't smoking on Drink Champs. She ain't drinking on Drink Champs. She don't have to partake in the karmic activities that goes on a karmic show like Drink Champs. But her relevancy, okay, and just the person that she is, she can be on any platform. Not as a chameleon, camouflaging on different platforms. She can be her Christian, God-fearing self. In church or in the fucking streets, in the hood. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying? And she can keep her integrity, because that shit is never in question, and her divinity intact. So Divine Feminines, be more like Patti LaBelle, man. Look at Patti LaBelle in any diva. You will, come on now, it's the difference. She do secular music, but she do gospel music too. Patti LaBelle put God in everything that she do. Does she not look young? She got a young man in a relationship too, don't she? You know what I mean? What's age? What's time to a Divine? She's still doing her motherfucking thing. Very seasoned, still out here doing her thing. She out here getting money. She ain't a slave to no label. She can drop an album or not. It don't even matter. She got patty pies and all type of shit going on to where she's multifaceted, man. Hey, Patti LaBelle, that's why I put her in a card, son. You can learn a lot from Patti LaBelle, Divine Feminine. Get on your Patti LaBelle shit, okay? Final card in this message, Divine Masculine. We got the Seven of Wands. This is internal conflict. And what's internal conflict? That's shit you got to deal with. You know, the only way to heal yourself is to deal with yourself. And the only way to deal with yourself is alone. Your Divine Feminine is always here when you need her. He could be a she could be he, you know how we rocking when you need them. You know, but most of the shit you deal with is solo. You know? You can only deal with yourself and heal yourself internally. If your heart was outside your chest, then it'd be somebody else's job to fix you. But since your shit is inside you, only you can fix it. Whether that's a disease, whether that's whatever it is, you fix it inside. You know what I mean? You fix your own problems. You can't go around fixing other people's problems when you need fixing. And we ain't talking about pockets and money and pinnacles and physical shit that you equate to being fixed. You know what I mean? You don't look at yourself as being broken. You don't look at yourself as being broke. Man, I need to get my money up, man, because, you know what I'm saying, me not having no money, man, it make me feel less than a man. I mean, money is cool in the game, but, I mean, it ain't really everything. Fuck your broke pockets. You need to fix your broken soul. This shit internally you need to be focused on and trying to fix. This shit spiritually you need to be trying to fix. Shit that's inside. We ain't talking about health, physical shit. Masculine's usually on that. We ain't talking about finances, pinnacles and shit. Masculine usually on that. You know what I mean? We talking about shit that Divine Feminine excel at and shit that you need to be learning. You know what I'm saying? It's all spiritual. And you be taking spiritual breaks. It's time to get to work. Emotions. You need to open the fuck up. You're too closed in, man. That's part of the reason why you suffering inside is because you don't want to open up. You think kindness is weakness. You think love gonna get you killed when it's really gonna heal your motherfucking ass. You know what I'm saying? And you can always depend on your Divine Feminine to come to with your problems and your woes. Because one thing about your Divine counterpart, she ain't gonna throw the shit back in your face the way you be throwing shit back in her face. She ain't gonna judge your ass unlike the way you be judging her all motherfucking day. She don't treat you the way you treat her. Okay? She allows you to do that shit and still treat you good. Even though she should give your ass the shit that you be giving her, that ain't how she get down. And that's a lesson that you need to take and learn. That's the message that I got. Hope I could be of good use. It's your boy D.Boom. Holla at me if you need any bookings or something like that. You know what I mean? Your boy nice with it. And I'll holler at y'all in a couple days. Let me get these astrology joints ready. And we will be doing extended breakdowns soon. Alright? Holla.